everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I am reading on today. But before we get started, go right down here, go in your settings. If you hadn't subscribed, subscribe. While you're down there, hit your notification bell so you'll know when I upload or when I just pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight that ever relenting algorithm. I would appreciate it. All right, before we get started, I want to say something. I want to say that I just hit 2,000 subscribers. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to my subscribers. I'm so grateful to your support and your belief in me that you would subscribe to my channel. And I'm just so happy. And I just want to say to my first subscribers, a few ladies that saw something in me and kept on encouraging me and telling me that I had a really good podcast and to keep going. And they were so supportive of me. And I used to get like 4 views, and it would be from Lydia Washington, Mary Mann, Adrian Burroughs, and Sylvia Dixon. Those 4 ladies found me somehow and decided that they were going to support me. And they would write the sweetest, most supportive comments and encourage me to keep going, even when I was getting 4, 4 views. And I am so, so grateful to them because I used to go back and read their comments to give me encouragement to continue because they would be so sweet and so supportive, telling me that I had a good podcast and to keep going. And I'm so grateful to y'all. And y'all will forever, ever be in my heart. And I also want to thank Byron. Byron is my superhero. Byron is, uh, I don't know, he's just great because he saw my little channel and he's decided to feature it on his channel. And from then on, my little channel started to grow and grow and grow and grow. And I'm just so grateful to him that he saw me worthy of his endorsement. And I am so grateful to him. And I am such a fan of his too, because I have watched Byron for years. Um, I just wouldn't say anything. I always stayed in the background. I used to clean my house and listen to Byron. And and just and now Connie Bomber is one of my subscribers, and I used to hear Byron call her name. She said, "Oh, Connie Bauer is here. Connie Bomber is here." Oh my goodness. So I'm just so happy. And I just want to say thank you. All right, y'all. I have, I'm so thrilled, but I am going to get to the read. Let's get to the read. All right. I did a read earlier today about the documentary. And I go back and see that one. It is really good and it tells a lot about what I saw on the documentary. I know they're going to try to play up the fact that Prince Harry was in the documentary, but Prince Harry was just a small player in this big, in the big picture. He was just a small player in it. And it was really, really, really good. So go back and watch that podcast. I think you will really, really get a sense of what um, the documentary is about, tabloids on trial. But when I did that podcast, I talked about a lot of things, but I didn't talk about this. And I plan to talk about it, But then when I started looking around to see what the reaction of the documentary was, I saw this article and it was covering what I didn't cover, what I wanted to cover. Does that make sense? And so I said, I am going to do a quick video about it, a quick podcast about what Prince Harry said. And here we go. Prince Harry shared why he won't bring Meghan Markle back to the UK is still dangerous. The Duke of Sussex said in his new interview, all it takes is one long actor, whether it is a knife or acid, whatever it is. Prince Harry is sharing his fears about bringing Meghan Markle back to the UK. The Duke of Sussex, 39, spoke about his safety concerns for his family during his new interview on ITV's documentary Tabloids on Trial, which premiered on July 25th. It's still dangerous, and all it takes is one long actor, one person who reads this stuff to act on it what they have read, Harry said. And whether it's a knife or acid or whatever it is, and these are things that are genuine concerns for me. It's one of the reasons why I won't bring my wife back to this country. And you think Harry is not justified in his concerns? If you don't think Harry is justified in his concerns, go Google Meghan Markle's name on this app right here. And you're going to see pie-faced Taz talking all kinds of nonsense, stoking hate. You're going to see Gumby, no, Toothy, formerly known as Gumby, talking nonsense. You're going to see the lady that's not a lady, see, talking nonsense. Brandon, aka Dan Wooden, talking nonsense, stoking hate. And then that Sinar guy and him and his English sidekick over there that you can't even hardly understand what she is saying. She had something up the other day saying Harry and Meghan was getting a divorce. And all kinds of nonsense. They even have pictures of children that not even Archie and Lily. They have them up talking nonsense about the kids that's not even the kids. Harry has every justification for his concerns. We can think back to how heated it was when Meghan was pregnant and all the lies they was churning out, this old Taz and Meghan Mole and this Scottish dude, about how she wasn't really pregnant and how somebody should her stomach. And Meghan and Harry was working royals back then. They had to get out and be among the people. You know Meghan had got frightened. You know she had. And this was something that was required of her to do. And it was getting more and more and more dangerous for her. So that's what Harry meant, where he had no choice but to step back. And then on top of that, what his brother and his father and his stepmother and his sister-in-law was doing to his wife, feeding her to the wolves, stoking all this hate. How would Harry have any other choice? How? And I don't blame him for not wanting Meghan to come back to England. Because the majority of the English people are fine people that would not hurt anybody. But it only takes one person with a mental issue to fixate on Meghan, Harry, or those two babies. to do great harm. Harry is right. And they refuse to protect him. They even talk about Rayback in this article, how they took Harry's security. And they didn't even follow their own rules. And Harry is only asking them to follow their own rules. So Harry is totally and absolutely justified. Totally, absolutely justified. And they talk about how the threats to Meghan and Harry are real. And they talk about the counterintelligence head. And we all have saw the video of him saying that if anybody really saw the threats that he had saw, they would be scared too. But yet and still they want to pretend like Harry's just being dramatic. When people are in prison for threatening Harry and Meghan, for calling Archie an abomination. Give me a break. So he also talked about, they talked about in this article, how the Queen wanted Harry to pursue his court case. Harry had proof. Harry had statements from the Queen that she approved of him following through with this court case. And, that gives me so much pleasure. And I'll tell you why. They put so many words in that dead lady's mouth, the Queen. The palace put so many words in her mouth. And the tabloid press and the royal experts and Dickie Arbiter, her former secretary. They put so many words in her mouth. And Harry didn't put a word in her mouth. Harry proved that these are the words that came out of her mouth. And those words was of support for him. And I love that. All right. It's another part on here that I wanted to cover. Harry expressing his love for the United Kingdom. He said, "The UK is my home. The UK is central to the heritage of my children and a place I want them to feel at home as much as where they live at the moment in the United States. That cannot happen if there is no possibility to keep them safe when they are in the UK, when they are on UK soil." Where's the lie in that? I don't see one. Help me to see a lie in that statement. Also, I wanted to cover this. Uh, where is it? Because it's the place where uh, he gives so much shade. He throws so much shade at William and at Charles. And I'm sure they got it because Harry threw a whole shade tree at them. And this is where he said it. Asked about the royals' decision not to speak out about the issue, he said, "I think everything that played out has shown people what the truth of the matter is. For me, the mission continues, but it has caused part of the rift." And we know why it caused part of the rift, because Murdoch had something on Charles and William. He was hacking everybody, including the prime minister. It's stuff that they don't want to come out. They're being controlled. It's a weird dynamics between the press and Murdoch and Lord Nappyhead. They have stuff on the royals, but the royals also is about access. It is a weird dynamics between them. But Harry don't want to have anything to do with any of it. And let's read on. He said, for me, the mission continues, but it has caused part of the rift. However, Prince Harry said that his late grandmother was supportive of him. He had many conversations before she passed. This is very much something she supported. She knew how much it meant to me, he said. She is up there going see it through to the end. When the topic of King Charles and his sister-in-law Kate recent cancer diagnosis come up, trying to use that against him, Harry said the two things are completely separate. My father and my sister-in-law and me following through on these legal battles are completely two different things. The Prince Harry has two ongoing civil cases against the publisher of the Mail and the Sun. And it also was a part on there where he threw shade. Okay, I think it's this part. He said, I've made it very clear that this is something that needs to be done. It would be nice if we did it as a family, he continued. I believe that again, from a service standpoint, and when you're in a service role, and these are things that you should be doing for the greater good, but I'm doing this for my reasons. So he basically said that it would be nice if William and the King Charles would be there with him to do these things. But but they're not. And these are the kind of things they should be doing. They should be doing things for the greater good. But yet and still, they're not. Harry threw a lot of shade, and a lot of shade needed to be thrown at them because these people are continuing to take huge amount of money buying new helicopters and not and hiding the money. William hiding his money, and Charles is taking more money and getting helicopters, not worried about the greater good for the people. Harry, who is not being paid by the people, is worried about the greater good and is trying to do something about it. It really makes William and Charles look small, selfish, self focused, and undeserving of the people's admiration. And I hope that their popularity drops like a rock. They deserve that. All right, everybody. That is my read. And like I said, I just want to say thank y'all. Bye.